Okay guys, these are the basics. Whether you guys have an iPhone 11 Pro Max, iPhone 11 Pro, or just an iPhone 11, we're just gonna apply all the simple basics into all these phones. Okay, so it doesn't really matter which one you guys have. The basics that I'm gonna show you apply to all of them. Okay, so the very first thing I just want to mention to you guys is where your SIM card goes. That's because I get that question a lot, and most of you have already inserted, but I just want to show you that your SIM card is on the side, and that goes with any of your phones. And to just take that out, you will take it out using this tool that came in your box, and your SIM card should be in here. If you don't have a SIM card, obviously insert one. The smallest one actually fits in there, so that's the nano SIM card. So we're just gonna place that in here, and your nano SIM card goes right in here. So something I want to let you guys know is that SIM card is not the same thing as an SD card. It does not have storage for you, so you guys can't insert a card in order to make more storage on your phone. Any phone for that matter, any iPhone, even the old ones, you guys can't insert SD cards into them. This is just a SIM card, so your phone works as a phone. For those of you who haven't set up your iPhone yet, I do have a separate video showing you how to set up each one of these up. However, this is just a quick manual. I'm going to show you some tricks and some stuff you may or may not know already. So we're just going to swipe up in order to get into our iPhone. By the way, some of you may be wondering why I still have this on. That's because I haven't got my screen protectors yet, and I never like to just leave my phone without a screen protector. So once I get my screen protector, then and only then I will actually take that off. So let's just go over the basics with some stuff that people tend to get confused actually quite a bit. I'm actually surprised with that. So I did take out the SIM card from this specific iPhone, but I want to show you right here messages. There's an iMessage and there's text messages. There's a difference between the two. So I'm just going to continue on with this thing. We can set this up later. Okay, here's a message. So let's say you guys have somebody that has another iPhone in your contacts. You guys can actually send them an iMessage. So I'm just gonna tap right here, and I can begin my new message to whoever's in my contact list. Only if they have an actual iPhone can I send them an iMessage. That's using my iCloud, that's going through the internet. However, if somebody else, my contact, maybe he has an Android device, Samsung phone, or anything like that, then once I type in a message, it's gonna send out a text message. A text message will be green, iMessage will be blue. So that's how you know if it went through to an iPhone or to an Android. Androids will get the text messages since they don't have iMessage. So it's not the same thing. iMessage uses your data, text messages don't. To minimize any app, for example, the messages that we have here open, all we have to do is swipe up and just swipe all the way up, and it's gonna minimize. And yes, I said minimize because you didn't fully close it. To fully close an app, let me just open up another one. So just clock, I'm gonna minimize this one. I'm gonna open up mail, I'm gonna minimize this one. Okay, so in order to close these apps, we're gonna have to swipe up until around here, and we're gonna see our apps popping up. And we can scroll through and select any apps that we want to open. However, at this time we want to close them. So all we have to do is swipe up, swipe up, swipe up, swipe up, and I'm closing every single one of them. So that's how you actually close an app and not minimize it. Again, this goes with any iPhone, so these are bare basics. If you guys would like to delete any apps from here, anywhere really, all we have to do is hold our finger on top. You guys can hold it in for a long time until they start shaking. That's one way. Let me just swipe up on this to get out of this mode. And you guys can also, instead of doing that, holding for a long time, if you're having problems with that for some reason, you guys can always hold on top. You guys will get these selections. Select rearrange apps. Once we select rearrange apps, we're gonna see that on the top, they start wiggling, and on the top you will see that X. So to get rid of any apps, uninstall them or delete them, same thing with Apple. We're just gonna tap on that X and delete it. So I'm not gonna delete that one because I want to show you guys what that is, but I'm gonna delete the watch one for now. So if you don't need it, you can just delete it. Same thing goes with tips, although for you guys I would suggest keeping that for now. We're just gonna select right now delete. To get out of this mode, once we're done, just swipe up and you're done. So swiping up is kind of the same thing as a home button right now. So if you guys are watching any other videos, which I have other ones on the iPhone 6s and so on, then they have a home button, and every time you guys want to get out of stuff or see all your apps, it's using the home button. In this case, we're just swiping up. That's the difference with these newer iPhones. Other than that, you guys see these three apps right here. So we have Pages, Numbers, and Keynote. These are very important. That's because Keynote's like Microsoft PowerPoint, Numbers is like Excel, and Pages is like Microsoft Word. And yes, if you create a document in any one of these, you guys can save them to be compatible with Microsoft, so somebody can open them on a PC. Other than that, if you guys save the files as original files like Pages as Pages, then only Macs can open that up, or other devices from Apple, such as an iPad. I just noticed that I should have focused a little bit more in. So here we go, a little bit of a close-up. And in under files, you guys can keep internal, so let's just go in under files. Right here, we can browse through. We haven't created anything just yet, and I haven't signed in into my iCloud. I highly suggest signing into your iCloud. You do get 5 gigs for free. However, you guys can also keep files in your actual storage in your phone, and you guys can browse through everything right here. So that's actually a very important app, so I can just go back and see on my iPhone. So I don't have to keep everything on iCloud if I run out of space. I can actually keep them physically on my phone's memory. So I'm just gonna get out of this app right now, swipe up, and I'm gonna teach you another gesture that's from here from the side. We're just gonna slide down, and right here we can have quick access into airplane mode, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and so on. Something that most of you will not use that often unless you guys have an Apple TV will be AirPlay, which is here, screen mirroring. So if you guys have an Apple TV, like my iPhone detects right now, you will see it on the side. And what mirroring does, it projects anything that's on your phone on your TV. So using an Apple TV, I can just, if I'm watching a movie here, I can just project that up into my TV wirelessly. So it's pretty cool, but that's using Apple TV, by the way. Anyways, also want to mention that FaceTime up here, you can only use that with other people that have iPhones. Again, it's not gonna work with Androids. Any apps, social media such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anything like that, Snapchat, you guys will have to download from the App Store. That's right here. So we're just gonna tap on our App Store. We're gonna continue on. I'm just not gonna allow it for now. And if you're looking for any apps, you will go into search and then just type in the app that you guys would like, such as Facebook. Once you see Facebook, just tap on get, and there you go. Start downloading it. Something else that a lot of people are using in order to make your phones more compatible with Androids, for example, it really is mostly using Messenger. This is from Facebook, and this is using your Wi-Fi. So with Messenger, if somebody has a Samsung or Android, you guys can message each other, because again, this is just using your internet. Same deal goes if you guys want to download WhatsApp from your phone. You would have to type it up here and download it from here. So I'm gonna close this up, just like I showed you guys, fully closed. Now, if you guys don't fully close your apps, after a while, your phone might start lagging just a little bit if you never close them. So it's a good thing to actually close them up so your phone can keep running very fast. Another gestures from the middle. So if you guys swipe down, you're gonna see this. So any notifications will be here. You guys can have quick access to your camera, turn on your flashlight, which turns on your flash on the back. So we're gonna get out of here for now. And then if you guys swipe to the side, there's more notifications here, and there's our search. So we can search anything within our phone or the App Store or even online right now if we go to search. Okay, so now comes a tip that most people don't actually use that much, and you're gonna be grateful for this. So let's open up settings, and from here, just scroll down, and so you guys see Control Center. Go right into Control Center, and then hit Customize Controls. And we're gonna add in something you're gonna use a lot. It's down here below. It says low power mode. Let's just tap on the plus sign. There's other stuff that we can add right now. However, that's the one that I want to show you because that's the best one you guys can have. So we're just gonna scroll up. I'm gonna go like this, go back, and I want to show you what we just did. So I'm gonna just close this just to show you. Now, if you swipe from the side, you will get one more thing in this. You will see this battery right here. Tap on that battery, and this is low power mode. Continue on. So if your phone's running really low on battery, or maybe you're 50%, you want to save that battery, then you would turn on low power mode just by doing this right now. Okay, if you guys want to go back to regular mode, do that. And low power mode does a lot of stuff that I showed in one of my videos of how to conserve your battery. So it does it for you. It just adjusts some settings on your phone in order to conserve that battery, and it will no longer waste the battery like it's doing all the time by refreshing and doing a bunch of things in the background. So that's a really good tip for you guys, to have always accessibility, quick accessibility to that. There's other ways to turn it on, by the way. So if you go into settings, under your settings, if you scroll down, you will see battery. Under battery, you can turn on low power mode. However, going to settings and doing this all the time, it's kind of annoying. It's way faster if we can just slide and turn it on and turn it off. So another setting that you guys will appreciate, and you will have it on all the time actually, is this. Go right into your settings. Under your settings, you will select the fourth option down here. And from here, just go into roaming where it says off or on. You guys can turn on roaming on or off, by the way, from here. And we're gonna select this option to turn on, low data mode. So if you guys don't have unlimited data, and you've noticed that though you haven't been using your iPhone's data, it's consuming it a lot, that's because it's refreshing a lot of the apps in the background. So instead of you guys having to go into your settings and then just turn off refreshing for those apps, like down here, if I just go into news, for example, let's say that's Facebook, you guys will also have this background app refresh. If we turn that off, then it's not going to use your data when you're not using it. So that's actually a good thing to turn off. But you won't have to do this manually if you guys just go and turn on what I just told you. So just this option down here, then we're just going to go into roaming and we're going to turn this on. You guys can also go back to normal and go ahead. If you guys have unlimited, don't really care, then there's no reason to turn this on. But for most of you who don't have unlimited plans, for sure turn that on. You guys will notice a big difference. If you guys still see that it's not making a huge difference on your data still being consumed a lot, then do exactly what I just told you guys. Go right into your settings and then just go through the apps that you guys mostly use. So things such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those social media actually take a lot and they're always refreshing in the background. So that's something that you guys may want to turn off refreshing. Again, just tap on the app and just turn it off by doing that. To make phone calls, obviously that's down here. We just have to click there, type in our number, go into contacts, select the contact and call them. Now, there's also FaceTime audio calls which use your Wi-Fi. Again, that can only be done if people have iPhones or iPads for that matter. If they have an iPad, they have an iCloud ID, you guys can call them using your phone, okay? And they can pick up on their iPad. So right now, let's say you guys downloaded a bunch of apps, you guys want to organize them, where they're going, how they look like. Well, we can always just hold our finger, rearrange apps. They're gonna start shaking. What we can do is just take them, and I can move this one. Let's say I want this one to be on the top. I can just drop it up there, and then just swipe up to get out of that mode, and we're done. If I want to make folders, same thing. I can just hold this, rearrange apps. Then I can just take this one, for example, iMovie, which is to edit videos, and I can go on top of this one right here. It's gonna create a folder. Up here, I can just title it anything I want. So let's say movies, anything really, done, click out, swipe up, and there's my folder. Let's say we made that folder by accident, just take it out, rearrange apps. We're gonna take this guy out. So let's just hold our finger on top, take him out. Now our folder still exists right there. However, we can get rid of it just by taking this one out from here. And there's our folder. So our folder is gone. So that's how you can make folders and unmake folders as well. So you guys can delete any folders, such as this one. This is a folder right here, so we can add more stuff here, take out stuff. We can get rid of this folder. We can get rid of some apps in there as well. Now, anytime you guys are gonna travel, the fastest way to get to airplane mode, swipe it down and you're gonna see this airplane. Do that and it's gonna cancel everything, okay? So you guys can use that when you are on an airplane instead of fully turning off your phone. To turn this back on, just tap right there and Wi-Fi and everything will be turned back on. Now remember guys, everything I'm showing you applies to any of these phones, iPhone 11, iPhone 11 Pro, or to this iPhone 11 Pro Max. Something else that's good to know about is your settings. Under your settings, so here it is, here's our camera. Let's just select our camera, and I want to show you some stuff here. So a lot of people don't notice that they're not recording at the max resolution that they can. So automatically by default, it's set at 1080p. However, we can just tap right there and set our default to be at 4K 60 frames per second. So that's the highest resolution. Right here, it tells you, when it's really good that Apple tells you this stuff, how much memory it's gonna take. So if you don't have a 4K TV or you don't really care about 4K video, then go ahead, leave it at 1080, that's fine. However, if you want the max resolution and best speed, that's 4K 60 flips. Once we do that, just get out of there and you're done. Slow-mo, same deal. We can pick whether it's 1080, 120 frames per second, or 240. 240 is the max, so I would leave it as that because that's going to be the slowest slow-mo that you guys can pick. And just as a quick tip, right here under formats, there's high efficiency, which I recommend just leaving it there, or most compatible. So if you guys are having problems transferring a video to an Android device, for example, then just choose most compatible and you guys should be fine. However, most of you should be fine whether you transfer this to an Android or PC just using high efficiency. By the way, if you guys want to sync up your phone with your PC, you guys can. You don't need a Mac for that. You guys can also use PC and just download iTunes, which will help you transfer any music onto your phone. So you guys have music on your computer, you guys can just download iTunes on your computer and transfer all that music right here. Now another tip I want to show you, this is using two iPhones or an iPhone and iPad. So if you guys have another device or want to transfer anything from one device to another, whether it's your friend's device, you guys should activate AirDrop, which is really awesome. So under your settings, let me just show you right here's your settings. Under your settings, you guys should go into General. Under General, you will see AirDrop. Under AirDrop, you guys can put everyone for the time being that you're transferring stuff, but you guys can go into contacts only, and that way you're good to go. However, let's say you guys want to transfer and make it easier on yourselves, just go to everyone for now. Go back. Let's just close this up. Let's do the same thing on our other phone right here. So General, and we're gonna go right into AirDrop, and then everyone. So you guys can transfer anything, pictures, movies, videos, almost everything from one phone to another, or an iPad to another, or a Mac to your phone using AirDrop. That's just using your Bluetooth, so just make sure your Bluetooth is turned on, or Bluetooth is turned on. Same Wi-Fi network, so we should be good to go. So if I want to transfer anything here, I can, including if I'm, for example, looking up a page right here in Safari, such as Google, and I want to send this link into this phone without having to copy and paste and all that stuff, I can just AirDrop it down here below. You will see this in the middle. And right here, our first option is AirDrop. Under AirDrop, we're going to see all the devices that have AirDrop enabled right now. So I see one of my phones, and here's this phone. So I know this phone is just iPhone. Then this iPhone will receive this notification. I just have to accept it. And what's going to happen, it's going to open up that link. So it opened up Google for me. So it's the same thing if you guys have a picture, exact same thing. So let's just transfer a picture just to show you. I'm going to take a picture right now. There we go. By the way, that's how you take pictures. Let's just close this up. Let's just go into your photos. Or we could just access our photos right from our camera, by the way. On the side, you guys will see that your pictures come up there. And then AirDrop, let's just say I got it. Okay. On the side, we're going to see an icon that lets us share. Okay, so that's this icon right here. Let's just tap right there. Then AirDrop. Now our phone screen does need to be on, so let's just turn it on. So that was opened on Google. Doesn't really matter. Let's just transfer that picture over to that phone. And that's going to transfer over right here. So I'm going to accept that picture, and the picture should open up automatically. There we go. So I'm just going to continue that, continue, and there's my picture. So that's how you guys can transfer pictures, videos, almost everything from one phone to another, or even a phone to an iPad same settings, same thing. So AirDrop is pretty neat in order to transfer everything you guys want, and it's something good to know that your phone can do really fast. Okay, so now I'm gonna teach you how to actually power off your device. So in settings, yes, you guys can shut it down. However, if you guys want to fully shut it down, you guys can do it from settings once again, or just hold any of these keys. So these are your volume keys right here on the side. You guys can also silence or make your phone vibrate on any calls so people don't bug you just by turning this on. So it's gonna vibrate, okay, instead of sounding once you're doing that. So that's silence on just by switching this up. If you don't want anybody to bother you, all you guys have to do is swipe down and see this. We're gonna turn that on. That way, if anybody calls, our iPhone won't even vibrate. It won't ring at all. So let's just take that off for now. Just wanted to show you that before we power it off. To fully shut it down, just hold this key right here. That's for Siri. And then hold this right here. So your power and your volume, any of your volume keys, you will see slide to power off. So that's good to know if you guys want to fully power off your device. I'm gonna hit cancel for now. Now normally I would teach you go into clocking or to set up any alarms that you guys like, but Siri makes it so easy that I don't even see that necessary anymore. You guys can just talk to Siri and tell her exactly when to set up your alarms or any reminders that you may want. So right now, to access Siri, yes, I can say, hey Siri, and then my phones will ask me what's up. If you guys don't have that set up, don't worry about it. Let me just get out of there. You guys can also hold the button right here and it's gonna access Siri, so you guys can talk to Siri and ask her anything. Let me just get out of there for now and show you. Hey Siri, set alarm for 5 p.m.
Okay, your 5 p.m. alarm is on.
And there we go. So that's the easiest way really, and that's what I recommend doing. I can swipe up. If I want to turn off my alarm, I can always tell Siri to turn it off, or I can just go right into clocks. I can go right into alarms and just turn off that alarm right there. I also have these options down here. You will see there's timer and everything, but that's all I wanted to show you because a lot of people use alarms for sure. And reminders, it's different. It works actually a lot different than alarms. So if you go into reminders, we can tell Siri to remind us of anything, or we can just write a reminder, tell the phone when to make a sound maybe, or remind us. But I think again, Siri's really good for that. So I would use Siri. You guys can even use Siri to read any text messages. So you guys got a text message, you can say, hey Siri, read me a text message, or do I have any new text messages, or who called me? You guys can talk to Siri. So I suggest just doing so and testing out what Siri can do. The most common thing that I use Siri for is telling Siri to just tell me the weather. Hey Siri, how's the weather today?
It's currently partly cloudy and 8 degrees in Waterdown.
So see guys, you guys can use Siri for that as well. That's what I use it mostly for, setting reminders, sometimes reading text messages when I'm driving, because obviously shouldn't be texting driving. You guys can also tell Siri to write a text message. And yeah, it's really good to just test it out, play around with Siri and see what she can do. So the very last thing I'm gonna show you is your camera. Although I know I don't need to, but anyways, let's just go right into your camera. Now here's our camera, and I just want to show you the basics of your camera. I'm not gonna get too much into the camera use. I'm just gonna give you some quick tips that people miss out on. So on the top here, you see this icon. If we tap on it, it's live off. What is live? A live picture is like a short video. So every time you guys take a picture, it also takes that really short video. It's just a few frames that it takes, and it's just moving pictures. So if I turn that on, it's gonna automatically be on. Some people like it, others don't. So I'm gonna take a live photo right now. So right here. Okay, so I just moved my phone a little bit so you guys can see what a live picture is. So I'm gonna go into my pictures down here. If I hold my finger on top of this, see how it's moving? So again, I'm gonna hold my finger on top of it, and it's like a short clip that it's showing us. That's a live picture. So a lot of people miss out on that, and iPhones have that. So they're pretty neat. You guys can keep that on, put it off. Depends on what you guys like. Apart from that, down here below, if you guys want to take video, just go into video, and that's how you guys can take a video, just by pressing this button and take your video, okay? So I'm just showing you the basics, not going to get too much into each one of these because there's a ton of options and you guys can edit your videos, your pictures. There's a lot to it. Up here you guys will see your flash, so we can turn that off or on. Most of you will like that off all the time because flash pictures, they're not the best. They're not the best. They're slow-mo, play around with it. Time lapse, that's really cool. Recommend a tripod for that. Photos, there's portrait, which is pretty neat. So again, just play around with that, guys. You will see something really neat happening. And then we have panoramic, where if you guys have, it's just for outdoors. Well, not just for outdoors, but most people use it for outdoors. So to use panoramic, you just move your phone side to side. So I'll do a quick one right now just to show you guys how panoramic works. We're just gonna move our phone. Obviously we would go in a 360 or something like that, but as long as you guys follow that line, you're good to go. So I just took one right now. It's a really short panoramic. So here's my really short panoramic. I'll take another one just to show you what it does. So I'm gonna go. Obviously you don't wanna go too fast. And there we go. So here's my panoramic. Not the best, I know, but what you guys want to do is take a panoramic outside for sure. So we're gonna go back on that. So that's how you guys can take panoramics. Portraits are really good, exactly just for that, portraits. Then we have photos, which is our normal. And then if you guys want to switch from front to back camera, so right now it's in our back camera, right? And we want to choose the front one that we have to take a selfie, for example, just tap here. And we're switching cameras to our front camera. So this is my front camera. This is my back camera. So that's how you switch from one camera to another. So if I want to take a selfie, it would be using this. I can go ahead like that and use my back camera. So again, I'm gonna switch it out. And that's how you guys can take a selfie right now, just by pressing this, and I'm done. So those are the bare basics when it comes down to your camera. And that would be it for this video. That's the bare minimum and quick tips on your phone right here. They all apply to any one of these phones. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you guys have any comments, questions, you guys can write them down here in the comments area. Don't forget to subscribe and rate. Thank you.